We have a little bit of wind here today, so might pose a problem at some point. That's okay, we'll figure it out. Plus I got the corn guy and the ice cream truck. There's like a quail on the other side of my fence doing its thing. There's just a lot happening right now. How's everybody doing? Happy Monday. Today felt like a Monday at work. I had a lot to do. My friend on Saturday was like, I thought this was a joint. It's not. It's not. It's Palo Santo. Smells really good. It's supposed to clear the energy, and I feel it. Like sometimes if I have something really heavy on my heart, I just come out here and light this up. Seems to help a little bit. It's got a nice scent to it. This stick, though, is being a little stubborn on burning. So how's everybody doing? I'm doing okay. And the reason I blow on it too, in case anybody's wondering, which who knows, but if you've caught yourself wondering why I blow on it, it seems to keep it burning longer. Otherwise I feel like it just goes out. Especially this stick, because it's stubborn. Alright, let's pull some cards. I realized yesterday, usually I'll shuffle the deck before I put it away. And when I'm doing that, I pay attention to the cards that show up, just in case there's another message attached that I feel like I should talk about. And I noticed yesterday I didn't do that. And when I stopped the recording, I started shuffling and this card came out. If you watched yesterday's video, it was all about being grateful for what you have so that abundance can come into your life. And that's what this card, That's what this card is about. It's like the magic is over here, and you're too focused on what you don't have over here, totally missing all the magic. This is the Four of Cups, which is ironic because the Four of Pentacles kind of talks about the same thing. But this is like emotions and love because it's a cup card. But it's all about looking elsewhere when you should be focusing on the magic. So anyway, I just thought I'd add that in there. I'll try to remember to shuffle this time before I stop the video. Sometimes a card will just pop out at me. Then there's other cards. It's weird. It's like a feeling that I get. Like I see the card and I'm like, that's attached to the message. I don't know. I don't know how to explain that. All right, let's get some cards. I really like these videos. I've grown tired of social media just in general. Like I log on there sometimes and I've realized that lately it just makes me feel weird. Like I used to watch reels all the time. And I used to get stuck on the reels. Next thing you know, 2 hours have passed. It's like, man. And it got to the point where I just really am having a hard time finding anything online that I want to watch. So, I mean, I read a lot too, but like as far as online stuff, it's just like kind of over it. It's basically just all the same over and over and over and over. I feel like you can only intake so much of that before you're just like, okay, I get it. So I decided to make my own content. Something I would enjoy watching. Someone just chilling on their porch, having a conversation. And also, you know, I noticed I talk in the beginning of my videos and no cards come out. It's almost like it's almost like Spirit's like, okay, say what you're gonna say so that I can say what I'm gonna say. Cause like after I'm done talking, I'll be like, all right, let's get some cards, and then the cards come out. Isn't that weird? Like, I feel like cards never come out when I'm sitting here just shuffling as a card comes out. Okay. All right. What was I saying? Now I forgot. I feel like it was important, whatever I was going to say, but All right, we're moving on. Oh, I know what I was gonna say. I feel like I could be wrong about this. Maybe it's just that I don't see it, but I feel like what I've seen, people who read tarot are like doing horoscopes and predictions and fortune telling and like that kind of thing. I have no judgment for that. That's not what I use these cards for. I feel like, to me, the way I see it is there's a lot of powerful information. Like, they call these divination tools. This is a divination tool. And there's a lot that can be gleaned from the information of the meaning of these cards. So that's what I use them for. I don't use them to, me personally, like, I don't think I could use these cards to tell anybody's future. Maybe other people can, but I don't know. Anyway, just thought I'd point that out. Like, I think people think of tarot and they think you're trying to predict the future, because I feel like that's what most people use them for. But I take the information from the cards to see what kind of message, higher message comes through. You know what I mean? Anyways. Alright, I'm going to tell you what the cards are, and then I'm probably going to cut and sit with the cards for a minute, because I feel like my videos, I'm just sitting there looking at the cards. So it's probably not very viewer friendly. So I'm going to tell you what cards I got. I'm going to cut the video, sit with them, and then I'll come back. Okay, so I got the Page of Swords, the Judgment card, and the Hierophant. Okay. So, sat with the cards for a little while. I think this spread is talking about the other aspect of the spiritual journey, and that is your soul's mission, like what you came here to do, what you were meant to do, to bring light into the world. So I feel like this card is all about facing yourself and feeling the freedom that brings you. Once you've confronted yourself, you've done the work. As the wind's picking up. Once you've done the work, there's like this feeling of freedom that you can just be what you are, you know? Express yourself freely. After this, at least for me, after my eyes were opened, there comes a thirst for knowledge. And in that thirst for knowledge, everything in life just starts to make sense. Everything you've ever been through, everything you're currently going through, like that it was all meant to happen the way it happened. And it serves its purpose for a time, at least initially. But then, like I was saying, in terms of social media, it's like you can only watch so much. Like there's only so much you can see, or in this case, learn, before you realize, like, this is my journey. I have to start walking down the journey and figuring things out on my own. And that's this card, the Hierophant. The Hierophant is divinely guided. Like, doesn't need to seek out knowledge outside of himself. That's the goal, right there. He built his own staircase to heaven, stairway to heaven. Look at how happy he is. He's just sitting in his own power with the biggest freaking smile on his face. Not that there's anything wrong with this. I feel like when we first start on this journey, it can be a lot. It can be a lot to sit with yourself and realize things like you create your own reality. That everything in your own life, your whole life, happened for a reason, happened exactly the way it was supposed to happen. It can be hard to like reconcile that stuff. It's also hard because I feel like it almost makes other people, like it makes it hard for other people to relate to what you're feeling and what you're thinking. It can feel like you're completely alone because the outside world just keeps going. Especially if you're like in the 3D, you know what I mean? Like, I don't know, you went to college your whole life for something you didn't really want to do, or you married somebody you didn't really want to marry, and you guys have all these kids. Like, I've heard stories of people in their late 40s and 50s realizing, damn, I feel like my whole life I've lived it as a lie. And that's so sad. But so it can feel like you can't really talk to other people about what you're thinking, feeling, what have you. And so, like I said, the page in my other video, page is like a beginning energy. And swords are like thoughts. So in the beginning, there's a thirst for knowledge, and I think the internet makes it a lot easier because you can at least talk to other people in spiritual groups or watch videos online or what have you that can kind of feed that part of you. But like I said, eventually it's time to go out on your own. Figure out what your own path is. Because that's also the goal. Not just, the goal isn't just to become a being of love, it's to realize that that's what you are, and then go share your knowledge with the world through your own way, through your own love. Which could be anything, you know. You might open a bakery because you love to bake, and your whole mission is every single person that walks through your door to buy a cake or, you know, whatever, feels the love and makes their day a lot better. Or it could be, you know, could be anything. Whatever your soul wants you to do. To express itself. And it's important to step away from this and find out what that is. And with this card, freeing yourself, Judgment Day, doing the work and freeing yourself from the 3D to where you no longer care what the 3D thinks or feels. You know that your mission is love. That's the only way to get here. That's the only way. Free yourself to be everything you were meant to be so that you can go shine your light in the world. Look at the light. Look at the light around him. I'd be his friend. I want to be his friend. Such a pretty card. Set your soul free. Get out of all this 3D whatever you want to call it. Get out of it. Just get out of it. I did that backwards, didn't I? Letting your soul free. Searching for knowledge. And become the being of light. I like that message. See, they're not all doom and gloom. I feel like once you get over the 3D matrix stuff, the yucky stuff, it just becomes really beautiful. You just feel freer, more at peace. There's like a separation, you know, like I feel like the more I tap into it, tune into it, like obviously I have a 9-to-5 job. I still have things I have to take care of, like, you know. But I feel like the more I tap into it, the more that kind of just feels like it's dissolving, like it's there, but it's just like not as noticeable, if that makes sense. Like, I don't watch the news. My social media usage is very low. When I'm at work, I'm at work, and then when I'm off work, I'm off work. And I feel like even at work, stuff that comes up, like, I get the job done, but there's just like a different like essence to it. I don't really know how to explain that. So I'm not gonna. You've seen this card. Oh look, and right underneath it, this card again, after I just shuffled. Alright, well that's the message for today. Feels like a cool message. Set yourself free. I feel like once you have a little taste of that freedom where you just set yourself free, let go of everything that's happened in the past, realize it all happened for a reason. let go of attachments. There's just an essence of freedom that happens. You know, like the people around you can act in whatever way. And it just doesn't really affect you. As long as you're tapped into the heart space, it's easy to let the 3D world just do the 3D things. You know? There are times where, like, it's not like a forever thing. Like, once you tune the 3D out, it doesn't really exist anymore. Obviously, we still live in the 3D world. We still have to do 3D things. Sometimes you can forget, and then you feel something coming up, and you're just like, oh, I hate this. I hate this feeling. And then you just recenter yourself. Get back into that heart space where there's freedom and love. All right. These little bugs love me for some reason. Well, you guys have a good day. Wherever you are. Thanks for watching. Okay, bye.